Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are playing with the It's Likely Makeup Ugly palette. I have not even opened it yet, so here, let me scooch it back a little bit here. Let's go ahead and open it. I haven't really even watched, I don't think I've watched any videos on it. I do know what the palette looks like, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't look at anything, just so it's like a surprise. So it came super fast. I ordered this, I think, either Wednesday or Thursday, whenever they did their little sale, which is like really fast because it is the 30th in the morning as I am filming this, so I think it came very, very fast. But anyways, it did come with a little card like normal. It came wrapped up super nice. I literally just got foundation on it, so sorry. I was a little nervous because it did come in just a little mailer pack like this, but seeing that it's wrapped up pretty nicely, I think we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and open it. I feel like I want to be like gentle because it has a cute sticker on it. I love that. I think this is their first eyeshadow palette too, which I think is pretty exciting. In total, I think I paid about a little over $30 for it, so that's nice. It is very nicely wrapped. This looks like papery product. Probably is very eco-friendly and all that stuff, which is nice. Ooh, okay. Have not seen the total front yet, so that's kind of cool. Nice little fun cutouts and stuff. Let's go ahead. So it looks like it does have, it says an ugly layout of complementary colors to inspire unexpected and unusual combinations. Ingredients are on the back. So far, it is very pretty. And this is marketed as a pressed pigment palette, as most eyeshadows are nowadays. Or whatever you want to call it, not Henley eyeshadows. This is what the front of it looks like. Let's go ahead and open it. Okay, everything is super intact, which is super amazing. Okay, so what I am seeing here is 8 matte shades and then 4 shimmer shades. So let's go ahead and start by swatching some of these out. I do not have any kind of primer or anything on, but... So we have Sour, which looks like a limey kind of green to me. Oh my gosh, how do you even say that? Amanita, I'm gonna screw up some of these ones. So it's like a nice red. Construction, it looks a bit like an orange. And then Abstract is, it looks like a blue in the palette to me, but it's kind of swatching more purple. So we have Bellyache, which is a really nice pink. We have Ugliest, which could be a brown or a green. No idea. We have Painterly, which looks kind of like an aqua teal color, and then Lucid, which looks a bit like a yellow, almost like a softer yellow. And lastly, we have the shimmer shades, which I'm very curious to see if they're going to be blingy or not. So far, they look very nice. Okay, ooh. They're swatching quite well. So we have Seraphique. Ooh, that's really bright. Meldrop. Next shade is Tired. And then last shade is Luxe. So yeah, that is pretty much it. But let's go ahead and get started with the look. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shade Ugliest with just a pencil brush just to start mapping out the shape that I do want. I played a little bit with this palette yesterday, and these shades are very pigmented, so I would definitely say, if needed, tap off your brush. But I'm just gonna kind of build, kind of like I normally do, just kind of a winged shape like that. Okay, next I'm just gonna take the shade Abstract with the same pencil brush. I just kind of brush it off, and I'm just going to kind of layer just over the top kind of edge of Ugliest. Just, I'm gonna fit 4 shades up in here, so I just want to make sure I'm not going too high up. And then I'm gonna go ahead, after I finish applying this shade, probably take a little bit more of Ugliest to just make sure that those two together are staying kind of blended. Keeping along with the same brush, we're gonna go ahead and dip into, well, Painterly, that blue shade, and just the same, layer it right over the top of Abstract. These shadows are like really pigmented. I really love One thing I really like is I'm definitely not seeing any sort of patchiness, which is good. I just realized I did not mention it before, but primer that I used. The primer that I use is my normal Juvia's Police eyeshadow primer, just shade 1, to lay that down. But I feel like you can even tell, like, the colors are really just working together. That there literally is going to be little to no blending, which I appreciate that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Sour, same pencil brush again, just brushed off, and just taking it right along the edge. I'm bringing it up pretty much right to the brow in this inner corner, and I'll of course fade it off as needed. It's looking so pretty though. Alright, so after we apply that shade, we can kind of see that things are a little unblended. I think I'm gonna take just like a slightly smaller fluffy brush, kind of getting wiped off, just to start blending out the top sour shade. I might just see if we can buff these colors together, because you can definitely see like a harsh line right now. So we will see. If not, I'll probably just layer more product, but let's go ahead and give it a try and just kind of, I'm just focusing the brush really lightly between the colors. So far it seems to be working. I think I'm gonna dip in a little bit more with the abstract shade. It's either that or Painterly, or maybe because Painterly is just so light, it's just fading. But I feel like the line is looking better. It's not as crazy as it looked, you know, a second ago. I really do like the sour shade though. I don't know, it's such a weird combination, but I do like it a lot. I was inspired, so I actually had filmed another look kind of similar, not really, to this yesterday. I did everything, I just didn't use Ugliest, which is that like olivey green shade. That I was calling a brown, which you'll probably still see that part. What do you call it? I went ahead then and watched Batty Bean's like review or talk through of this, and she had used that shade Ugliest, like the green shade, to kind of be that deepening color. So this is a little bit inspired by that, kind of in a similar way that she did it, which I think is working out a lot better. I think I'm really just gonna not pull in Painterly. I'm just gonna take Sour and try to mix that with Abstract, which I think is gonna work out a lot better. I think that's looking good enough to me. I might go ahead and just clean up the edges in a second, so we're moving on. I think, I lied. I'm actually gonna take a teeny bit of Lucid, which is the yellow. I'm just gonna see if I can take that just along the edge of the grain, just to see if I can brighten that up a bit. I do really like taking that with a yellow and mixing it with a bit of a green, and it just really kind of makes it like a lime green. Okay, I like that. Oh, that's looking really pretty. So I'm taking that almost all the way up, and that's blending out nicely. So yeah, I'll probably just go ahead and go back and forth, possibly a little bit. I'm just gonna probably clean up the edge, which I like to do just to see how it's looking. If I like how it looks, then I can always add in more pigment. Okay, so after I cleaned it up, I feel like you can't really tell, but in real life, it doesn't look as bad. What I went ahead and did, or I'm taking this more like fluffy, still like detailed brush, and just took a little bit more abstract on this side, and then I'm gonna take a little bit more of that sour, that green, and just super lightly kind of blend that in there. And you can go like back and forth between the two, but it is helping it to blend. One thing I do like about these, and I always get so nervous with, if any of you have used a pressed pigment palette, is a lot of times what can happen is the shade will just like literally not blend at all. It'll literally just create a hard line and you can see it and it just will not buff out at all. I do feel like you can see where kind of the shape is, but if I get like really close, I feel like it, maybe more in person, it looks like it's blending to me. I feel like on the camera, it does not, but trust me, in real life, it looks blended. It does not look, so you can even see a little bit there. That helped a lot, just to even add just a teeny bit more. So I really feel like it really is just kind of adding in more of that green to transform it a bit and make it look like it's blending. Okay, yeah, see? But that's something I would definitely say that I really do like so far about this palette, is that, yeah, you have to work with it a little bit, but it's not, I mean, like, I guess any palette you have to do that, especially when you're doing just a different kind of look like this. But it is working fairly easily, which I really do appreciate. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to, you know, do this thing, just slowly adding in more color if I feel like I need it, and then I will go ahead and cut my crease as normal. I feel like it literally, with makeup, it honestly is just going back and forth, and kind of, maybe it's just me. I don't know if the camera actually helps or not, like, for realism, but I do kind of feel like it helps me to see, like, oh, is it blended? Should I change that? Should I change that? Kind of situation, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it, because if not, I'm just gonna keep messing with it. I'm gonna go and cut the crease. Okay, so once that's done, I'm just gonna go ahead and take, like, a flat shader brush just to tap out any foundation, concealer, whatever. I really like to do this because products will lay down better on top than if you don't. I'm thinking, I know I want to put Mel Drop and then Lux on like the inner part of my eye. I just cannot decide what I want to do first. I think what I mean by that is like if I want to blend this outer edge in first and then add it, I think we're gonna go ahead and add it first and then kind of blend it. That's the only thing I am a little bit nervous of is yesterday when I was doing this, it was a little bit of a, I'm not gonna say challenge, but of course mattes and shimmers do not want to go together. Obvious, generally kind of situation, and so I was struggling with that. We're gonna kind of go ahead and see. I'm gonna take a smaller like shader brush, dipping into Mel Drop, so that slightly darker green shade, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start tapping it on the lid. I'm not using a glitter glue. I'm bad, and especially because I used like a product to cut my crease. I don't know. We'll see. I've used it before. I personally, yesterday when I was wearing the shimmers, I didn't have an issue with them like moving or anything, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just tapping it. I'm not going all the way into the inner corner. That's where I'm gonna put that other shade Lux. And then I'm basically gonna stop with this shade right like before the end of my pupil. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Bam, okay. One random tidbit I wanted to throw in there is that, I don't know if it's just me, I usually struggle with getting like the shimmer shades like right up to the cut of my crease. This actually has worked really well, which I'm happy. That could just be luck or it could be, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Lux and apply that. I don't know if this, oh, that has a nice glow though. I don't know if it's as blingy. Mel Drop is a bit more like chunky, I don't know, more shiny than this other shade. But they're both laying down super nice, super smooth, which I love. Let's go ahead. I think we're gonna take, let's go and use this also other like fluffier one that we used before. A little bit of abstract, so that blue. I'm gonna tap it on the outer edge. Just tapping it right above Ugliest, so that darker olivey green. I swear, this blue is amazing. I really like how pigmented it is. It's so pretty. And what I like is, I guess we'll kind of see more, but I like the fact that it doesn't really seem to blend away super easily, which is amazing. I love that a lot. I'm taking a little bit up into the crease just to, I don't know, some, whatever. Okay, I'm thinking let's go ahead and dip into Sour, which is that green, and just kind of start tapping between the two, so that shimmer shade and that blue purple. I keep forgetting that they said this is a purple, and I'm all like, it's a blue. I guess it's more purple. Whatever. So I'm just gonna kind of tap, and I see it looks, see, it's 20 on camera, it looks good. In person looks good too, but it just, I don't know. Totally random. I'm so excited. I mean, it's a Christmas present to myself, so I have to wait. But, Blend Bunny Cosmetics, I got their blend palette and their brushes, which will be eventually a video one of these days. But, yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and apply, I think, liner real quick. I'll probably just take some of the same colors, probably the blue and the green underneath my eye, but I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we are back. So I went ahead and just applied eyeliner, mascara, all that stuff like I said. I did go ahead and just take my angled brush, taking the shade Ugliest, and just put that under my lash line, and then just blend it in with a little pencil brush, the shade Sour, just to kind of finish off the look. But I think that this turned out way better than yesterday's. I really like it a lot more. But I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, this look. Go ahead and leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.